Hi everyone, today we're going to be looking at using commas with coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. A lot of people have a hard time with grammar, so we're going to really look at examples and ways that you could use to help you. So, a coordinated conjunction is basically a word that is placed in between two independent sentences that you can make into a sentence, and people use the acronym fanboys to help you remember it. So, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And so these are words that you could use to help you combine two sentences and make them into one. So we're going to look at examples. Now the examples are Tom ate all the peanuts, so Phil ate the cookies. So basically here what it's doing is it's bringing two complete sentences and making them into one sentence rather than doing two. Obviously, you could have one sentence. So a correct way to use this is I like coffee, but I don't like tea. An incorrect way would be but I don't like tea, I like coffee. So we're going to be looking at another couple examples. So Marge was late for work and she received cut and pay. So this is a very loose example. So we could use a different example. So a different example would be Marge was late for work, so she received a cut and pay. So that would be a different example. You could use whichever you feel necessary. So we're looking at subordinated conjunction. A subordinating conjunction is sometimes called a dependent word or subordinator. Comes at the beginning of a subordinate or dependent clause and establishes a relationship between the dependent clause and the rest of the sentence. It also turns a clause into something that depends on the rest of the sentence for its meaning. So basically what that is a word like after, although, as, because, although, to use in the beginning or the middle of a sentence, depending on what the sentence is and what you want to write. So we're going to look at an example here. It is raining and we have an umbrella, both independent sentences, so we're going to combine them to make one. So you could say, because it is raining, we have an umbrella, or you could use, we have an umbrella because it is raining. There are different variations to every sentence. So we're going to look at an example of subordinated conjunctions using different variations of subordinating conjunctions like time, reason, result, condition, contrast, location, choice. These are all different examples of subordinating conjunctions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video on conjunction junction on YouTube that you could find about conjunctions. Here we go.
You've been waiting for conjunction junction.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction junction, how's that function?
I got three favorite cars that get most of my job done.
Conjunction junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and or. They'll get you pretty far. And, that's an additive, like this and that. But, that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or. O-R. When you have a choice like this or that. And, but, and or get you pretty far.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up two boxcars and making them run right. Milk and honey, bread and butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or two. He's poor but honest, sad but true. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up two cars to one when you say something like this. Choice, either now or later, or no choice. Neither now nor ever.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that, I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up phrases and clauses that balance like out of the frying pan and into the fire. He cut loose the sandbags, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. Let's go up to the mountains or down to the seas. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses in complex sentences like, in the mornings when I'm usually wide awake, I love to take a walk through the gardens and down by the lake where I often see a duck and a drake. And I wonder as I walk by just what they'd say if they could speak. Although I know that's an absurd thought.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up cars and making them function.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I like tying up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, watch that function.
I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you.
Now let's go over a guided practice. Now these are sentences with fill in the blanks and word choices on the side. Now I'm going to go over the first one with you. The boy ate the apple. Blank, he loves fruit. I would choose because you could use this also in the beginning of the sentence. You could say, because he loves fruit, the boy ate the apple. Now, there are different variations, of course, but now what you could do is you could do an independent practice. So you could use these sentences to practice on your own what you think the answers may be. Now, we've gone over many examples of subordinating conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions and using commas with those. So, using examples like because and but can be easily incorporated when you use easy techniques, and you could also look up examples online. And I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much.